Good morning, guys. Thanks for stopping in with old Steveo here into my world. How's your world going today? Yeah, a little coffee break with Steveo this morning. Boy, speaking of world, man, we're getting into a crazy world, aren't we, guys? Woo-wee! The old Russian boy over there, he's over there fondling the nuclear buttons. Yeah. Wow. What kind of diet is he on? I'd like to ask that great leader over there. What have you been eating? I bet you it's like our leader over here on a very high carb diet. You can't think clearly on what I call the standard American diet. You cannot think clearly. No. When you're pounding on all these carbs, your mind is screwed up. Let me tell you. Wow. So get off of it, guys. My friend Dwayne, little update on him. Called the house there, talked to his wife there the other day. It's been about a week. She's like, I don't know, it's just like dealing now with a 2-year-old. She got a full-grown man there that's a 2-year-old. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. He's had the stroke, and how he came through that is quite remarkable. I told her, I said, listen, he will never get better. Listen to me carefully. He will never get better if he's eating carbs of any kind. He'll never get better. He will not repair his brain. No, he's not going to repair his body. And I think it went in here, guys, and shot out over here, that information. Yep. So I told her I'm praying for him and for her, but I guarantee he'll never get better. And dealing with VA, them guys are nothing but pills, pill therapy, and carbs. I asked her what are they feeding him over there. Well, it was all carbs, juice and stuff like that. And now they trick him. He wants beer all the time, see? But they say the doctor said you can only have one kind of beer, and that is apple beer. Well, give me some apple beer. Well, the reason he likes apple beer is, guys, because apple juice is slap loaded with sugar, carbs. So that's what he's craving. You got to wean him off of it. Quite amazing, guys, what's going on. But anyway, that's where we're at with that. This war situation is getting quite crazy. Our leader is getting quite crazy with these gas prices, huh? We knew this was coming, guys. We knew all this was coming. If you didn't, you only had 2 brain cells left, and they were shorting out, okay? Like a shorted out arc welder, okay? We all knew this was coming. Just trashing this great country. So, good Lord willing, we're going to get them out of there. And this is kind of a good thing, really, actually. Because, it was always iffy. Are these people really nuts? Or, they're nuts because what they're eating. Believe it or not, it's what they're eating. And you can sit and say, Steve, you're clueless. You got no clue what you're talking about. Okay. Well, just keep that in the back of your mind and keep thinking about that, all right? Because sooner or later, you're going to get it, okay? So, anyway, I don't know. Where was I going with that one? I don't know. Let me have another sip of coffee here. Maybe I'll think of something. Yeah, we got to get this country. Oh, where I was going with that. We never, ever, after this 4 years of silly nonsense, guys, 4 years of silly nonsense, and hope to God and pray, let's all pray together, that our country survives this 4 years of silly nonsense, all right? See, I knew I'd think of something when I had another sip of coffee. Yeah. So this will tell you what? This will tell you one thing and one thing only. Never, ever, never, ever, never, never, ever vote for a Democrat ever again when your little voting ticket comes up. No, you vote Republican. Now, there's just as many crooks. Don't misunderstand me. There's just as many crooks over in that department as there is over in the other department, okay? Just as many. Well, we got to weed them out. So we all know now how the game is played. I've known for years how this game is played, all these corrupt politicians. It's absolutely crazy what's going on. They hold their hand up and swear to uphold the Constitution, the oath, the whole bit. And doctors do this same thing, doctors. And every day they're lying to me. We're going to talk about doctors in a minute. So, yeah, we never want to vote for a Democrat ever again in life, guys. Unless you want to just trash the whole place, and just give your money, tax money, away to corrupt politicians. Never get the bridges fixed, guys. Never get all these potholes in this road I'm looking at right here. Never get that done. No. Infrastructure. Oh, we got to talk about infrastructure, right? And let's take all the infrastructure money and put it over here in this area where we've got all these illegals coming in here by the friggin' busloads. And Border Patrol's not allowed to do their job. Stand down, let them come through. Put your blinders on, boys. Don't let them come through. Don't. What you're seeing is not really reality, okay? Let them come through. They're invisible people. Let them come through. Yeah, let's take all that money, infrastructure money, and put into paychecks, housing, food, on a free meal ticket for the illegals because, this was genius, guys. This was genius. Because we're pretty sure that they're going to vote Democratic. They're going to vote Democratic on the next election. So let's sneak them all in here, and we'll make them American citizens. Sure. Oh boy, let's move on to other things. I don't want your blood pressure up, guys. It's probably peaked out right now in the last week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks with all the stuff that's going on. But let's try to get on that carnivore diet. That's going to lower your blood pressure, lower your blood sugar. Nobody talks about that. It's crazy, isn't it? The doctor, I went to doctor here a while back. As you know, I've had prostate cancer. They removed it. Everything's hunky-dory fine. I've gone through umpteen tests. They can't find any cancer. I think I actually killed the cancer before I even had the robot crawl around in my belly, okay? I think I did, but they won't admit it, okay? And I didn't push them on it. I just nodded my head. Okay, guys, okay. Because I was doing all kind of stuff, natural things to kill cancer, B17. I had a whole list of stuff that I was doing, natural stuff. But anyway, on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, which a lot of you guys, if you'll go out and have it checked, if you're not between 600 and 800, go ahead and go on it, okay? Your life's going to be better. You're going to have stronger bones. Your sex drive is going to be good. Your Miss Daisy's not going to throw you under the bus and run off with the pool boy. I'm just giving you a few little tips, guys, few little tips. But when you get on TRT, your blood's going to thicken. Now, now when you walk in, I get my blood drawn at One Blood, okay? They're the blood experts, right? They give you all kind of little trinkets. They give you a t-shirt. They give you a $20 gift certificate that you can go to wherever, right? This and that. So, yeah, so when you walk into One Blood, if your iron level, your hemoglobin is less than 13, okay, they will not draw your blood because you'll be too thin. The blood will be too thin. With testosterone replacement therapy, your blood thickens. You have to stay on top of this. You're going to have a stroke or heart attack, okay? That's just all part of the maintenance deal, guys. You're going to have to get blood drawn every other month. Every other month, plan on going into One Blood and getting a pint of blood sucked out of you. They're going to give you some trinkets, okay? It's no big deal. I'm in there. I'm in the chair. It takes longer to do their little bit of paperwork. You do it on a tablet anyway, just a punch tablet, than it does to suck the blood out. I can get the blood sucked out, in less than 15 minutes. Down the road. Get you a cookie on the way out, sir. No, I'm good on the cookies, thanks, but I appreciate the bottle of water you gave me and the other little trinkets you gave me. Yeah, so get that done. So here's what happened. We almost got into a little pissing contest, but luckily we didn't. I like this guy, this urologist. I like my new urologist. The old urologist I thought was phony as heck. I really did. I didn't trust him. I don't trust most doctors anyway, because they're trained by big pharma. Yeah, guys, big pharma's got one plan in mind, and that's to make a ton of money. Okay? Really, they don't really give a rat's ass. They pretend they do give a rat's ass about your health and well-being, but they really don't. They don't give any natural tips, like get your ass off the couch and get out here and walk 2 miles every day, like I'm fixing to. I'm here on the causeway, by the way, and fixing to do my 2-mile hike. Never talk low-carb diets. No, that's mandatory. That's the first thing they should be teaching. But if they did that, they would probably go broke, guys, because you wouldn't be running around sick all the time and running through that revolving door at your doctor's, your primary care physician. Boy, he's really primary, and he really cares, guys. He really does. But I can't blame him too much, because that's what he was taught in med school, guys. They were all taught by the Rockefellers way back in the day. Them guys were oil men, and they wanted to get rid of the Rockefeller. Let's get rid of all natural things. Cannabis was one of them. Get rid of all that stuff. We don't need it anymore. We're going to derive everything from petroleum products and this and that. We're going to make a bloody fortune, and they have till this day. And that started way back in the flipping 30s, way back there, guys. Here we are, 2021. We're still playing silly pill games. Incredible. And then our fighting forces to come home, and they got all these injuries and PTSD and all this, and they go to these VA clinics, and they're loading them up with psyche drugs, and they're out here killing themselves 22 a day. Criminal, guys. It's absolutely criminal. I'm so glad we're having this little coffee chat today, aren't you? This is beautiful. But anyway, getting back to urologist, he gave me a script. Okay, I said, I'm concerned about thickening blood. Yes, you almost forgot it. Oh, yeah. We got to keep that hemoglobin checked. Yes, we do. Okay. Well, I'd normally go to One Blood for this. That's good. They'll do it. So here's a script. I'll give you a whole year running script. So he puts down 17 hemoglobin, 17 or higher. So I go in. It was like the other month thing, and I go in, and I was 16.5. Can't draw your blood. Why? Because this piece of paper says right here that 17 or higher. We can't override a doctor's order. Okay, well, that's cool. Okay. Well, I guess I'll see you next month. I'll come back next month. Now, I'm going out of there. I told Miss Daisy, I said, something don't smell right. Something don't feel right here. So I called him back up, and I said to him, if I was Joe Blow walking in off the street and had you draw my blood and you checked it, and at what's the number that you won't draw my blood at? They said that anything lower than 13. Oh. Well, this doctor's got me at 17. I'm concerned about that. She said, that's pretty thick blood. So here we are, guys. We're coming in here to lower the thickness of my blood. You want it running like wine, not ketchup. And he's got me at 17. She said, that's kind of thick. Well, I waited that month and went in. Heck, I was 18.5. I said, isn't that a high number to you? I mean, these are the blood people. These are blood experts, right? One blood. They do this for a living. My urologist, he plays with robots for a living, jerking out prostates and cutting out cancers and all this other high-tech stuff, right? So I said to her, I went and had the blood drawn because it was 18. It was above 17. So they drew it. Isn't that thick blood? Yeah, that's getting up there. I said, what's scary? 18 and above is scary. I said, my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I called my urologist's office. That was a fiasco trying to get, because they're coming through there, guys, like friggin' cattle. They're coming through there like cattle, guys, because everybody's on a standard American diet. So these doctors are flooded. The office personnel are flooded. It's a chaotic friggin' mess, guys. All because of a standard American diet. And no one in Big Pharma is talking about this other than Steveo. I got a hold of that girl, my go-to girl. And whenever I need a script or whatever filled for this testosterone and Trimex, I have to go through that office. So I told the girl, I said, right now the doctor's got me dumping blood at 17 or higher, and I want that script changed. That's why I talked to her. I want the script changed. I didn't want to say, talk him into no. I said, I want the script changed. Okay, I will get a hold of the doctor and get back with you. I thought I'd get back that day, but no, because I called at 9 a.m., right? Figured by 5 in the evening I'd get some answers, but no, I didn't. Next day, 9:30 rolls around, no calls. I called back, talked to the girl at the front desk. I said, listen, I was supposed to get a call back yesterday, and I never did. I explained to her again my concern. And she said, I'll have the nurse call you. Well, she called me about 2 hours later. She said, the doctor is, he said, okay, if that's what you want to do. Why is it that that's what you want to do? Why do you want that lowered to 15? I said, because 17, the blood's too thick. And I've been having chitty chats with One Blood about this. And I said, that's the whole idea of me having blood pulled out every other month anyway. Actually, guys, I can have it pulled out more often if I feel that the blood's thicker. I said, well, I don't have the finger prick device, and I don't have that little machine you got over here to check to see what my numbers are. So no, I'm only going to come in here every other month. She said, okay, that's good. So, what do you got, a backyard beekeeper making professional calls here, guys? Got a flipping backyard beekeeper making medical decisions. Because other people can, I guess. Do they not know how the human body works? Do they not know how nature works? Do they not know how the honeybees work? Now, that one there, they probably don't. They're going to look at you like, oh, man, this dude is an alien from planet Ecateka. My God. He's the bee man. Oh, Lord, help us. But that's where we're at today, guys. Sad news with everything that's going on. But we got to keep it uplifted, you know. We got to keep uplifting and a good positive thing going on there, because things have got to change, because it'll hit rock bottom, you know, like everything in life. It's got, for anything to change, it's got to totally hit rock bottom and turn to dumpster food, you know, before it gets better. So we're just waiting for the big dumpster dump here, I guess. I don't know. But we got to keep our spirits up, keep our body healthy, and keep the mind healthy, because if you don't, keep plenty of carbs and plenty of cholesterol in that brain. That's the other one the doctors are doing that's absolutely criminal, in my opinion, pumping out cholesterol medications to lower it. No, you don't want to lower cholesterol. You need higher cholesterol. And with the lower cholesterol, you're going to get all kind of brain fog, muscle issues, and everything. Whoever thought of this stuff, reducing this cholesterol and this to make a lot of money, is evil. Absolutely evil. But there's a lot of evil going on planet Earth right now, as you know, and has been for a long time. So anyway, you have to be your own doctor, caretaker of wellness. Stop listening to these people. Use these people to run your blood work. And if you're on a carnivore diet, that blood work is all going to come in check. I see so many people that diabetes, the obese monsters, I call them, obese monsters, walking around today, slugging along like a great big old fat pig heading to market. They're heading to market, all right. They're heading to the big pharma market. All that, your whole life and lifestyle come in check, and you won't be able to do what old Steveo does. If you follow that standard American diet, you won't be able to do what I do for, you know, with these bees. Yeah, you won't survive it. No, you will not survive it. They're going to find you face down in that bee yard out there with a ticker attack checked out. All right. This body is a pristine machine. Okay. God gave us pristine machines. You put the wrong junk in it. You put the wrong junk in it, and you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it, guys and gals. No, you're not going to make it. So, God's watching. God's watching all this, and he's getting pissed. He's really getting pissed. And he's seen this movie so many times before, all the way back into ancient times. He's seen this whole thing before. And he's going to get pissed. He's going to take his big hand. He's going to grab an asteroid, and he's going to hurl it at this planet. He's going to smack this sucker so hard. Yeah, it's going to be a flush down the tidy bowl is what it's going to be. Yeah, he's going to flush the toilet. It's a matter of time. I'm telling you guys, it's a matter of time. So we have all got to do our own part and get our act together. And it's so simple to do. It's stupid. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's for sure. Boy, it's clouding up, guys. We got to get into the bees today, and they're going to be pissed. I'm telling you what, they're going to be pissed, some kind of pissed. This is overcast. We got storms rolling in. Barometric pressure's dropping. Tomorrow morning's going to be slamming rain up till noonish. So I won't be able to take my hike probably up till noonish. I might make it anyway. I might put on my rain jacket here and go in the rain. I've done that many a time. But anyway, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm not walking around in lightning bolts. God may punish me for that one, right? Anyway, yeah, we've got it. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm sick and tired of wasting time. We're wasting time. Time's money, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to make life easier for you. Steveo's going to make life easier for you and him, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I don't know if I have enough excluders. We'll play it by ear this year and may order more. The plastic ones, you get them on sale, and usually what's on sale is the 10 frame ones. That's cool. And these boxes that I build, these Steveo boxes with a pallet thing, they're not a standard hive. So you can't take a standard excluder and just slap on top. There's going to be some daylight there hanging out, all right? So I modify those excluders. All the interior parts, all the frames inside these boxes are all standard frames, so you can switch them over to anything you want. I just love these little pallet hives I make with the 2x8 ends. They're 10 inches high. That 10-inch high, by the way, gives you enough space underneath. If you could do this with a standard box, like a 10-frame box or a 5-frame nuke that you buy. You can do the same thing, but you're going to have to add a little shim, because what I do to make it so easy, I just bore 1.25 inch hole in the front of that box. I use a paddle blade, and I let the blade kind of cantilever over the bottom slightly, and then I bore the hole through, so it gives you kind of a, a kind of a roundish hub hole that goes through, like a little, archway, rather, I'm trying to say, archway going in there. So what I do then, with this 10-inch high end boards that I make, right, that gives me room under there, about that much room. Well, the bees don't have an issue with that. They'll build ladders wherever they need it, and they can do it like that. They'll build up propolis and wax ladders to go up into the hive wherever they want. They can do it fast. So don't let that distance bother you. And don't let the distance bother you if you're just stacking up these tins. You say, oh, Steve, you got too much bee space in between. Okay, big deal. They'll make a few ladders through there, and when you crack the hives apart, yeah, you're going to have some hanging comb down maybe on the top bars. Take your hive tool and you just scrape it off, throw it aside. Just go ahead on. They'll build back those ladders in a heartbeat. No big deal. But the reason I do that is so I can just flip the hive over, that 10-inch high, and staple on the 8 screen on the bottom. I just take it off the roll. I put it up on a little table. I can walk clear around. I grab the whole roll. I buy the rolls 3 foot high by 10 feet long on Amazon. You just drag that up over the hive, set it down, line up the quarter edges, staple it with your T50 stapler. I'm going to get electric one too. That gives you a heck of a, that T50 gives you quite a hand workout, let me tell you. And then I just take 10 snips and I go down and shear it off. And then I go with the next one. That's the way I do it. And then I take pallet wood, which is, 4 inch, and I cut it the width of the hive, and I pin it with a brad nailer on there, no glue, pin it on top of that screen, and let the entrance end cantilever out that far, and I pin it, and then I put 2 screws, 2-inch screws through there on the sidewall, hold it up in there, no glue. That's it. That's your freaking bottom. That's so easy. You can knock out tons of those things, guys. Tons of them, real fast. Yeah. So anyway, I've got to put we're going to put these excluders in. How I'm going to make your life simpler. We're going to take these excluders and we're going to shove them in between. I'm going to quickly today, it's going to be, like I said, vicious. I got to open them hives up, go in there. I'm going to quickly see. I may pull a frame or two and see where the brood is. If some of these are 3 high. I think I got a couple or 4 high. There, I would use 2 excluders. If we're 3 high or so, we're just probably going to use. I could use 3. I could use 2 excluders on that, on the bottom, and then up, and then above the second one, right? But what we'll do is use them up where we can, shove them in there. Put the hive back together. Today is Friday. Okay, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days. Now, any of those eggs that are in there are going to flip They're going to hatch. They're going to flip. They're going to be larvae. They will be graftable larvae on Monday. Okay? We're not going to graft. We're going to do walkaways. All right? On Monday, Mark's coming over to dive in these colonies with her. We're going to go on a queen hunt. But with these excluders, all right, we'll be able to go in there and find out where those eggs are at. Brand new, fresh eggs. There's where we're concentrating on to find them queens. Instead of going through 3-4 boxes, I did that the other day. I did knock out 5 customer boxes, but what a pain in the ass, guys. I mean, you're hunting and you're hunting and hunting. Your eyes are about to go crossways, and yeah, it gets boring. It actually gets boring and time consuming. And like I said, time's money. So let's get these excluders in here. And I don't know why I've been doing this years ago. I guess because the amount of hives, I didn't have as many on, you know, when I'm starting this nuke operation. Years ago, I did it totally different. When I was running 250 colonies, I did it totally different. I was running 3-frame nukes, and I had tons of those. I had like 100 of those, and they were working me to death because I never saw my bees but once a month because of my job and the rotation and the distance going to these different yards and all that. And they were working me to death. They were exploding, the 3-framers, but the fives was a magic number. Yeah, then I started building 5s. I got up to, I don't know, 100 of those. I think I finally took all the 3s and threw them in a pile and threw some gasoline on them and lit them up. Got rid of all them boxes. I got tired of looking at them. It's just too much. They'll work you to death, you know. They would be good, all right, if you were just doing even the little 2-framers. If you're just doing queen mating, you know, you got them in a yard and you're just doing queen mating, yeah, they would be fine for that. But that's not what I was all about. I was all about making honey back in the day. Those days are gone, trust me on that. No more sticky stuff for Steveo. That all ties in nicely. No more sticky stuff for Steveo. Yeah, no more of that nonsense. We're just selling bees. I fed all this pepper honey that I got in the fall. I got a lot of it. It's really amazing how much pepper honey I got. The pepper is starting to infestate my whole area, and I love it. State hates it. This whole lane down through here, this whole corridor down through is just loaded with Brazilian pepper. You can't get it out. You could spend all of our taxpayer money trying to, and you'll never get it out of here. So anyway, I like that. Yeah, just trim it back. Just trim it back, guys. Put it in your normal trimming tree work. You're not going to get rid of it. It's been here too long. I think it rolled in here in the 1800s. So forget it. I got in an argument with the county one time. I told them I wanted to move in on this county property. Oh, you can't do that. What are you in there for? Want to get in there for anyway? Real sarcastic like. I said, for the pepper. Oh, that's an invasive plant, sir. I said, I know it's an invasive plant. It's also a great honey plant. My bees love it. Well, we're not promoting none of that. Yeah, we're not promoting none of that. No way. Oh, boy. They wouldn't let me in. The bulldozers and the asphalt guys were just chasing me. I was way up by the highway, and over the years, they just kept pushing me further back into the jungle, right? And we finally ended up on a preserved piece of land. Gate was locked. I called them up. Boy, did I get in a pissing contest with that deal. Oh, boy. Those sarcastic people. I'm going to give you to the biologist. I got this lady was about to snatch her hair out time I got done talking to her. I'm giving you to the biologist. So she flips me over to the biologist. And this young little punk fresh out of college, right? He gets on the horn. Same sort of shenanigans. He says, your bees are in direct competition with the natural bees. I said, oh, really? Huh. Yes, this is not good at all. So, let me see what you're telling me. You're going to throw me under the bus and all of my bees, and just to protect the natural bees. Pretty much, because They're not even native to this state. Oh, really? I said. Oh. Well, didn't the Spaniards bring them back in here in about the 14 or 1500s? He didn't even want to talk about that. I said, they've been here a long time. And I said, people use them to make a living, okay? And a lot of these guys come from California to this state, Florida, to winter over here. They'll catch a citrus crop, load that stuff on semis, and haul buggy booty butt to California, hit the almond crop, and then they come back. They'll go up to Maine or Mass and hit cranberries and blueberries, and then they end up here in Florida again to winter over. Get a suntan while they're here. Isn't that nice? Okay, guys. Wow, we're covering all kind of topics today. So, Steveo is solving all the world problems today, isn't he? Amazing. You know, a lot of these world problems, guys, are so simple if you use a little common sense. And you got on a carnivore diet, and your whole brain will start working properly. And you'll figure them out. Yeah, you figure it out. It'll just, you know, keep you straight. A lot of things keep me straight. Miss Daisy, she keeps me straight a lot. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. All right, guys, let's cut the coffee time here. I got to get on my hike, and we're going to get back to base camp, and then I'm going to start cramming some excluders in. We'll play a little peekaboo in some of these hives and see where they're at. I've got quite a few that I've gone through and to try to see if I can steal a nuke out of there. And I'm finding some really lazy queens. Looks like they're on their last leg. I'm not going to sell none of that stuff. No. What I do, you know, I use a brick and I put on top of those buckets. Those buckets keep the sunlight out of those jars, those feed jars. Otherwise, they'll just algae up. You'll spend more time cleaning jars than anything. So I put that brick on top of that bucket, keep the sunlight out. It helps. You still get a little algae, but not bad. So anyway, what I do with the bricks, if I find a colony that's just this time of year that's just junk, in my opinion, I'll stand the brick straight up. I'll close the hive up. I'll treat them because they could be getting hammered with mites or whatever. I'll just treat them. Hopefully they'll come around. Maybe I'll get a surprise. I'll come back around. That queen is flourishing. Sometimes a new queen is slow to go. She's slow. And once she kicks in high gear, she gets a second wind on egg laying, man, she'll just start slamming it. Well, this spring, this last 5 boxes, I went through and found those slamming queens. Those are the ones that get loaded up and sold to a customer. But I'm retaining now. I'm retaining eggs, maybe 1 frame only of eggs put in there. I put my date on the top of that box. I'm doing a walk-away split. I come back in 30 days, hopefully. If we got 80% chance, usually I run 80%. I'll have a brand new queen in that box, cranking her heart out, laying eggs. Then I can do it all over again. I can sell that box again every month. Of course, it takes a couple months to really get kicking in high gear. And sometimes these queens are slow. You're thinking, I'm going to trash her. So I put the brick up, straight up, down. That's my indicator that I got to come back and re-queen that hive. Now, I go back in there. I'm going to go back in those hives here pretty soon and take a peekaboo. And if those queens are still sluggish and not doing their thing, they're toast. I got a shaker box. That's all it is a box that's got a excluder on the bottom. And you take all those frames out of that box, take all the bees out of that box, shake them all, put another box down, shake all those bees that are in that box down into that excluder thing box. All right. Then you take all them frames and shake them in, grab your smoker and just start smoking, gently smoking. Those bees will start pushing down into that box. And you should see that queen in that running around inside of that box on top of that excluder once you smoke all them bees out of there. You grab her, give her a pinch. I usually set her aside, put all those frames back in, and I set her right on top frame. It'll come up. they'll come up in there, find that queen, drag her out the front door, throw her out, and then they realize it's over. It's over for mama. Then they will go in, any existing eggs in there, they're going to go in there and start making a new queen. All right. So then you can come back in there and say 5 days, religiously hunt all those frames and find those peanuts, those little queen cell peanuts, find every one of them and smash them. Now they're in deep trouble. So now what you're going to do is go over to one of your good hives, all right? One of those, hopefully those hives that you just reproduced, that you stole that nuke out of. Hopefully she's going to be cranking out some good egg pattern. Steal one of her frames, eggs and all. Don't shake it. Steal one of them whole frames over. Make sure she's not. Go over to this colony and set it in there. Mark a date on the top. Come back 30 days from that date. Do not touch that hive, but do feed it. Do feed that hive. Come back in 30 days and see if you got a new baby girl in there cranking her heart out. Okay, guys, I got to get on my hike here. Glad you stopped in this morning for coffee time. In our little morning chit chat, we have to have these little chit chats once in a while to get everybody on the right page, you know. So anyway, we'll get back to base camp and start pulling some hives apart. I'll show you what I'm doing with these excluders, and it's going to save you a bunch of time. It really is, guys. It's a lot of work hunting for queens, and it's needlessly wasting time hunting up all these queens when you can go ahead and split them up with excluders. I'll see you back at base camp. Alrighty, guys, I'm all suited up here. They're not going to be happy, guys. Not going to be happy, but that's all right. Oh, I bought me a Lowe's. Check this out. I bought me a Lowe's back support. Man, is this thing heavy duty, guys. The weight, the waist sizes go from 32. They're already buzzing me. They're already not happy. 32 to 48, and they had a zippered extension in here. Look at them bouncing off me. They already know what's going to happen. They're already pissed. So you can unzip that. I'm only running 36 waist, so I unzip that and threw it away. This thing's going to save my back tremendously. I tell you, that last bee box humping I was doing, I really felt it. I got to go to the chiropractor Monday morning, and then we're going to get back here and start tearing these boxes apart. But I have another issue. I've only got 6 excluders, and I had to modify these excluders. You see what I did with Gorilla Tape? I added a piece in order to get this right box width here, see? So I wanted to put, see, here's a 3-stacker. So what I wanted to do here is put a excluder here and one here. Here's 4. So you need excluder here, one here, and one here. 3 of them. There you would only need 1, so forth and so on. There's another 4-stacker, so you need 1, 2, 3 excluders there. I'm going to buy more because this program I'm on right now with these splitting with these excluders, it's going to be my go-to method. They're not hitting the pollen sub very much. I guess there's a lot coming in out there, a lot of wild stuff coming in right now. So, and yeah, the bees are bringing in a lot of pollen. So let me get these shoved in here, and all the strong hives. See, I've got a strong one there. This one I think is pretty strong. That one's strong. That one's strong. That one's strong. That one's strong. That one there is strong. And I've got some strong ones over here. We're gonna have to get. We'll do what we can. I'm just gonna put one, even though it's a 3. Let's just split it in the center. Let's just put 1 excluder here, 1 excluder here, 1 here, 1 there, so we can break this stuff up a little bit, so I don't have such a hard time finding queens. I wish I had more, but I don't. So anyway, I'll order more. Miss Daisy will love it. Yeah, guys, got my big old locomotive fired up here again. Fired up, baby. Yeah, what happens, guys, you take these, when they plug up, there's a pipe in here. It's about yay long, and it plugs up with carbon. So what you do, you take these 4 screws, that's 5/16, those little nuts heads. You pop your bellows off, and then take a about a 5/16 drill. Don't put it on your drill motor, because you're going to probably poke through it and damage that flap in there. But just run it in by hand and clean that hole out. It's about a 5/16 hole right down in here. But this big hole over here, it's a good half-inch hole over there. That whole tube will plug up with carbon in there. So take a fish fillet knife and get in there and scrape out that carbon. Then you got a new smoker. You think I got some bees in this box, guys? They were pissed too. Oh well. Alrighty, guys, I found some more excluders. Ran out of Gorilla Tape. Here's where I've got to modify these a little bit. You see, I had to add a piece of excluder. I took one of these 10 frame jobs, and then I only needed a small piece. I don't know what that measurement is. I held it up on a box, because these boxers are a little bit longer. No big deal. I will distribute the rest of these where I can. See, on that hive there, I put 2. I put 1 there. I think I'll put 1 in there. I'll look in. Same here. And then I got some around the corner. I got to distribute all these. So we're getting them broke up. This will help us a little bit on Monday, because that'll be 4 days. And then we can go in there. We can see where the eggs are. As soon as we see the eggs, we know she's in that compartment. All the eggs that are in these boxes down below or up above, they will be flipped over to hatch larvae by then. That box we can set aside and then get into the egg box and find that queen, so we can start splitting these girls up. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for stopping in old Steveo's little coffee chat we had. That was nice. And ladies out there, do me a favor. Okay, if you talk in your sleep, please don't mention my name. Okay, I don't want your husband upset or Miss Daisy upset. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.